Downloading Google Maps. We're signing in. It's not signing in.
Hi, my name is Minkara, and this video is my application for the 2019 Holman Prize, which is a prize that supports blind adventurers. My goal is to be like a blind Anthony Bourdain. He gave you a taste of the local food, I'll give you a taste of the local public transportation.
Planes, trains, and canes, yes. I can't wait to continue my adventures.
Welcome to Blind Abilities. I'm Jeff Thompson, and today in the studio we got Dr. Mona Minkara. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for coming on again, and once again, there's big, exciting news coming from your adventures, your journeys, and now you just won the Holman Prize with Planes, Trains, and Canes. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm ecstatic. I can't even express how ecstatic that I am that I actually can make a documentary series called Planes, Trains, and Canes.
Oh, yeah. I was so excited to see that news come across. And can you tell the listeners what your project is about?
So my project is I will be, as a blind person, traveling to 5 different cities around the world and showing the world how a blind person can use public transportation to get around in these new cities. This way you get to see like navigation, what blind people can do, but also how do the different public transportation systems basically operate? How do they differ? I'll be going to London, Istanbul, Johannesburg, South Africa, Singapore, and Tokyo.
Now, one other thing that you do is you kind of get the public's reaction to you being solo traveling around.
Yeah, because I will not be talking to the camera woman who will be Natalie Guzzi.
You're not allowed to help her, you're just filming? That's not fair.
She literally could not help me. So if you guys look up my name in Planes, Trains, and Canes on YouTube, there's a trailer of me doing that in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where I went to a rock climbing gym and completely figured it out on my own and having to talk to people and having to figure out where's the bus, where's the train. I've never done this path before, things like that.
Do you know what's vertical endeavor?
Yeah. Yes. We're actually going right there. Follow us.
Wow, cool. That was really lucky.
It is truly going to be me on the spot, hopefully problem solving quickly enough, or maybe not. We'll see. It'll be suspenseful. Like, do I figure it out? Do I, walk by what might be so obvious to somebody sighted because there's a sign, but isn't obvious to me? Do I get in an elevator and realize that there is no braille on the buttons? I don't know. It will be basically a documentary series following me as I try to navigate.
And the one thing you're talking about is public transportation, which is probably one of the most affordable and available types of transportation to someone, especially for someone that's just popping into a city that they haven't been before. That's got to be a little bit, the anxiety has to rise a little bit.
Yes, but I think that's part of the challenge. I mean, I can make life easy and just order an Uber if there's Uber or a taxi everywhere I go and just go from door to door. But what's the fun in that? And what kind of navigation am I actually using in something like that? But in public transportation, you get to learn kind of how the city's laid out. You get to interact with the people and you get to explore. You're not enclosed. You're actually out there.
It's flying a plane or boarding a train or just riding the bus with my cane. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get to where I need to go.
And where can people find that trailer?
On YouTube, if you search my name or just Planes, Trains, and Canes, it will show up. Or Holman Prize 2019.
There you go.
It has all those tags.
You're almost everywhere.
Yeah.
And you just went on a vacation. You just didn't do one country, did quite a few. When you mentioned you're climbing a rock wall, you actually did that in, was it Scotland?
So in Scotland, I hiked all the way up to this cliff top called Kilt Rock on the Isle of Skye. And I didn't have like a proper hiking stick, which I wish I had in retrospect. I learned a little bit and it was a little scary. It pushed my boundaries. I don't get scared very easily. But standing there was literally nothing for the sound to bounce off of. So it felt very open and exposed. And it was a small area and it was a sheer cliff face.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a sheer drop. And then the seagulls were flying and they sounded like they were just above my head.
So traveling's nothing new to you. You've been to quite a few countries and you just went to 4 other countries. But by winning the prize, you have mapped out where you want to go. Now, South Africa, that's got to be one of the furthest places away.
Yeah, I've never been there. I've never been to Singapore or Tokyo before.
And why did you pick these places?
Okay, so I really if I had more time and funding, I would have wanted to do a city on each continent. So I wanted to diversify. I wanted to go to places in which not all places spoke English, because I feel like that's another added challenge. I mean, they speak English in South Africa, but in Singapore and Tokyo, they don't. But I heard really great things. I got advised about the public transportation systems in Singapore and Tokyo. I heard that they're very accommodating towards blind people. There's Braille everywhere. Granted, I don't speak Japanese. And I wanted to experience that.
Oh, that'd be interesting to find Braille and go, finally, I got some Braille, and then it's in Japanese. I mean,
but it would be something really cool to be this is something we can implement in the United States, or this system is interesting, or this is something I haven't thought about. I don't know what adventures await me and what knowledge I'll be learning.
Transferable technologies. I like it. Yeah. So when does this all start? I mean, you won the prize. Congratulations once again. And now when does the ball start rolling? I mean, you have a new job now. Can you tell the listeners about that?
Yes, I actually, as of August 1st, I am officially a professor of bioengineering at Northeastern University here in Boston, Massachusetts. And I'm ecstatic. I am tenure track. I will be having my own research lab and teaching courses. Yeah, so I'm trying to set that up right now. Another chapter/adventure of my life.
Oh, I remember when that was a goal of yours when you're doing your postdoctorate here at Minnesota. Yeah. That was awesome to hear that you got that. That was last time we spoke when you volunteered your time over at the Career Expo for all the teens and transition students that came through. Thanks a lot for doing that.
Yeah, of course. No thanks needed. This is something that I was happy to be a part of.
And you also do something with your sister in Lebanon about a school there. You volunteer your time and bring a curriculum to there.
Well, so my sister has an organization called Empowerment Through Integration, and she started this organization to help blind kids integrate into society, and she holds a camp every summer. And so the past couple of summers, not this one, because I was traveling and vacationing, there was a science curriculum, and I worked with the team in developing the science curriculum so it's blind accessible, teaching kids science from the age of 6 to 26.
And that's really important with science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM, to get people involved and realize the possibilities. So thank you for doing all that you've done for all that.
There's more to do, and I'm excited to be a part of that.
Well, that's great. So what's next on your agenda? Do you go start working?
Yeah, I'm working. So technically I start August 1st, but I've already been at my office since Monday.
Oh, wow. It's here. It's here.
I literally just flew back from Egypt on late Saturday evening, and then I went into the office on Monday.
Wow, it's just nonstop. Go, go, go.
Yeah, this is how I thrive.
Planes, trains, and canes. There you go. I like it. So can you tell people what is the Holman Prize? And next year they'll probably be having this contest again. Tell them how they can get involved in that and see if they can realize their goals, journeys, or possibilities.
Yeah, so the Holman Prize is pretty awesome. It's for blind individuals who have an adventurous idea, whatever it might be. It's based off of James Holman, who himself was a blind Navy officer in the British Navy. I think it was late 1700s. This is you can fact check me later. I don't remember. But he became blind in the line of duty. Initially, the British government wanted him to just stay in Britain, in the house, not doing anything. And he was like, no. And he pushed for his right to travel because he still wanted to travel the world. And that's exactly what he did. And he left a huge impact. So the idea is breaking down boundaries and kind of doing the unexpected, or at least showing society that blind people can do more. So you can present your idea and apply and see if you get it. And so that's what I did. And I was very lucky to win.
Well, once again, congratulations. And it's neat that you're really doing something that is a passion of yours. You didn't have to come up with an idea that you think would be impressive and all that stuff. You're just doing what you normally do. That's awesome.
Yes. I think the angle, I realize that I also have a very high love for public transportation because it gives me mobility and freedom. And I feel like it is a commodity that a lot of us take for granted and don't realize how much of a privilege and a necessity it is for our society. So I really wanted to highlight that because I think public transportation is crucial and it's just so relevant for all sorts of people. It allows for mobility on many levels. And I wanted to really highlight that. And so that's why I'm also focusing on that in the documentary. It's not just me traveling and having fun, but also showing the benefits of such an institution, such a technology.
If you would have won more and did the 7 continents, you would have been in Antarctica at some point, and that would have been a tough one.
Yeah, that's true. And I don't know how public transportation's up there.
You might be waiting at that dog sled stop for a long time.
I like that.
Is there anything else you want to share with the listeners?
I would love to hear people's feedback, especially when the episodes start coming out, and what they thought, especially on the public transportation end of things.
That's great. So Mona, I know you have a lot of titles now. Is it Dr. Mona Minkara, Professor Dr. Mona Minkara? That's awesome. How can people give you some feedback or ask questions about your planes, trains, and canes, and just get a hold of you?
Oh my God, that's a really good question. I will actually have an email called Planes, Trains, and Canes. I don't have it set up, but I'm going to set it up in the next couple of days. I would love to have people email me directly. I also will have a website, which I haven't set up yet, but it will happen. But I do have a Twitter handle.
There we go.
And I do have an Instagram, I believe. These are all right at the beginning. I need to just organize all that. Can I give you that information in a little bit?
Yeah. Okay. I can put that in the show notes as well.
Okay, that would be great because I don't have everything solidified, but also people can easily reach me. I have a website, again, monaminkara.com. It will have my updated, I have now my Northeastern email. I'm still, needing to update everything.
You've gone through a lot of changes. I mean, you just got back from Egypt. Usually people settle in, but now you're settling into a brand new position. Congratulations on you becoming a professor and being able to teach, reaching the goals. And it seems like you're setting out your goals and your destinations that you want to achieve. And good for you. You're doing it. You're a good inspiration for everyone that wants to achieve their vision.
Yeah, I can't express to you how grateful I am. And it's been my dream to be a professor. And now I get to implement that. I get to see how that chapter of my life is and that adventure.
Good luck to you. And I'm sure we're going to keep in touch. And next time, who knows what the next podcast will be on. It's always exciting to have you on, Mona.
It's always exciting to be on. Thank you so much, Jeff.
Had such a great time talking to Dr. Mona Minkara. And before we even started the podcast, we had some great conversation. And then after we finished the podcast, we had some more. So Mona and I decided we should include that too. And you really get a sense of the passion that Mona has for exploration and travel and the adventures that she gets herself into. It's just one of those things that this is a perfect fit for her planes, trains, and canes. Kind of like Dora the Explorer. It's Mona the Explorer. I think you'll get a sense of what I mean. I hope you enjoy. All right. Well, this went pretty good. I think it'll be a good one. It's fast-paced, exciting. Could I use a little bit of your clip to tease people?
You can use whatever you want, Jeff. Yeah, that sounds great.
Oh, great.
I don't know if you've seen my trailer, the one that I put on YouTube. It starts out with me trying to use Google Maps, and it's and I go, it's not working. So it gives you an element that it's going to be kind of funny too.
Oh, good. I saw the Holman Prize one.
Yeah, that one is.
Yeah. I liked it. Because it was neat because I knew exactly where you were downtown, kind of. It's like, oh, wait, she's getting on that. That's our train.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's really neat. It's nice. It's like when you're reading a book and someone mentions Minneapolis and they say a street or a building. It's like, hey, I know where that is,
Yes. That's what I love watching, movies that take place in Boston, or that's where I grew up.
But this is worldwide. And I like this aspect of this. I know some people who've gone to Hong Kong, they cross into China and come back and their experience. But, they got family there. So it's a little different.
Yeah. I actually went to Istanbul. And while I was in Istanbul this past summer, public transportation there, that's what I took, and it was fascinating. And I actually was able to learn the trains really easily, but then the minibus was insane. So that's going to be really fun to try to videotape because the bus driver barely stops for you. There aren't actual stops. It's just a route, and you stand there and you just wait for the bus to come up to you.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun to videotape that.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you're adding the humor side of it, too. So that'd make it enjoyable, too.
Yeah. This is how I see the world. So I'm what? It's just fun.
Well, I'm excited to see your final project and to keep in touch with you because it's always cool. I like that when you brought all those tactile things to the table at the Career Expo.
Yeah.
It's amazing when people can touch stuff.
That was also another cool thing about the museum in Egypt. The guy who was touring us allowed me to touch everything that wasn't in glass. And so I was touching these 5,000-year-old statues.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then I did that also in the museum in Beirut. And I have videos. I definitely should start cleaning those up and posting them online.
You got DNA all over the world now.
Yeah, it will disintegrate in time. Or fingerprints at least.
Yeah, there you go. I'm going to let you get going here. Not trying to rush you out of here. I just figure
No, I need to go to work.
professors are busy people, right?
In theory.
Yeah. And here's Mona and myself talking just a little bit before the interview started.
Yeah, just let me know that if you can hear me or not.
Yep, loud and clear. Sounds good.
Excellent.
All right. Well, congratulations, first of all.
Thank you very, very much.
That was really exciting, though, all of a sudden hear that you won.
Yeah, I was ecstatic.
So when you got the news, what was that like?
Actually, it was really funny because the way they presented the news to me was slightly misleading. So they just emailed me and they're like, "Oh, we would like to talk to you one more time. We have a few questions for you." And I was like, "Okay." So I was a little bit nervous, like, why are they asking me more questions than they had an audio interview beforehand. So the first thing they did is I called in, it was also Zoom. And then they were like, it was Brian Bashan. He was just like, "Oh, we want you to know that there was a lot of prestigious applicants, and there was 111 applicants from this many countries around the world." And so I was hearing that and I was like, "Oh, this is they're letting me down easy or something."
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes, "And we want you to know that you won." And I was like, "What?" So I freaked out. It was pretty funny, actually, how it was presented to me.
Planes, Trains, and Canes lives.
Yes, planes, trains, and canes. Yes. I actually just got back from a month of traveling before. Not related to Holman Prize.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to travel for a month after my postdoc and before my new job. And I really had a blast going to Scotland, Lebanon, Turkey, and Egypt. And actually at each of those locations, it was a very interesting, social interactions. I climbed inside the pyramids. I went
Really?
cruising the Bosphorus of Turkey. Basically people got to see me being really mobile as a blind person with my cane. I took videos and would give facts. So I already have a little bit of videotaping my experiences under my belt, but I think the Holman Prize is going to be just another level.
Oh, wow. So you do travel.
Yeah, well, actually a very awesome experience. I went up through the Highlands of Scotland on a road trip with my friend. Went to the Isle of Skye. That was really cool. Climbed a cliff there, Kilt Rock. Yeah, that was actually one of the scarier things I've done because you stand there and it's literally a very small area and it's just a sheer drop. As a blind person standing up there, you kind of realize the difference in sound when there are walls or,
Mm-hmm.
land around you versus being high up and nothing is around you.
Oh, wow.
And so that was an experience. And then I went to Beirut, Lebanon, where I literally went to these ancient ruins, saw a full-on necropolis in the southern part of Lebanon. And one of the most preserved hippodromes in the world is in south of Lebanon, by the way.
Oh, really?
Literally bleachers from 2,000 years ago, still standing. And they use them. They were prepping for an actual carnival or whatever you want to call it for that night. And so that blew my mind. And then I went to Istanbul, Turkey, where did a little cruise on the Bosphorus, saw all these ancient ruins, got a lot of information. That was also mind blowing. And then to Egypt, where I got to climb inside the pyramids. And the guy, they don't usually allow videos, but initially the guy who, we were buying tickets and usually "Oh, she's blind. Why does she want to go inside the pyramids?" And my friend was like, "This is my friend. She wants to do everything." And so he was initially trepidatious. He was a little bit worried about me, but then he saw me gung-ho about it and he was encouraging me. And then I told him that I usually do videos and he allowed me to take videos inside the pyramids. As I was going in this tiny little tunnel where you can't even stand up, going up 100 meters at a steep incline. They had wooden railings on the side so you can hold on because it's literally that steep. And you have to do it bent over. And I got videos. Yeah.
That's quite exciting.
I had a lot. So yeah, I can't wait to continue my adventures. Not gonna lie. My friends have told me that the videos have been interesting and they've been telling me to post them on YouTube. So I might just clean them up. Even though they were videos for my own,
Mm-hmm.
for my friends, I did a little video journal, but apparently they're interesting enough, so I might post them on YouTube.
And you're going to get that pyramid tour guide fired.
No, he's actually like one of the top guys there.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
It was actually really cool. It was
You don't mess around.
Rock climbing is difficult.
Planes, trains, and canes. Yes. I can't wait to continue my adventures.
When we share
what we see
through each other's eyes, we can then begin to bridge the gap between
the limited expectations
and the
reality of blind abilities.
The realities of blind abilities.
For more podcasts with a blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter at blindabilities. Download our app from the App Store, blindabilities, that's 2 words, or send us an email at info@blindabilities.com. Thanks for listening.